Dave Crane Daily every single day, but when I broadcast this morning, it crashed. Not my fault. The software. That's what everybody says when they blame their equipment. It's really them. But it wasn't me. It just went off. And so I put it back on again, and so it was in two parts. So I thought I'd get all the bits, stick them all together, and give you a chance to watch it properly. So here we are properly. If you missed it this morning, you can see it again all in one piece. This is Dave Crane Daily, brought to you at night. So daytime, day, nighttime. I don't really get it, but anyway, here's the show. He's on the way, it's coming. 3, 2, 1, he's in your face right now! Now! I was slightly premature. Story of my life. Here I'm wearing my headscarf again, and I know what you're thinking. Dave, you're wearing your headscarf again. Well, the thing is, I live in my headscarf a lot of the time when I'm not doing businessy stuff. I do that, and it's really comfortable. And you might think, Dave, it's for you, it's very effeminate. It's not. It's a cool thing. But there's a reason why I wear it, because I sleep in this thing. And you're thinking, well, Dave, why would you sleep? There's a very good answer for it, and I'm going to get to that very quickly. Look, I have a lot of hair, right? There's a lot of hair. And if you don't keep it under control when you sleep, you can drown in spider legs and have really nasty nightmares all about spiders. That's why I have this. And also it keeps under control, and also I don't have to look at the bald patches. Changing the subject, get yourself a coffee. Welcome, it's Dave Crane Daily. And today, with a coffee or a tea or a glass of water or a juice or even something stronger, we're heading towards a weekend. Certainly in Dubai, if you live somewhere else and you've got another day to go. Cheers. Now, when it's a weekend, I tend to live in my man cave, and it's really nice because the Friday is the one day in Dubai in the Muslim calendar, and I think it's actually true in the Jewish calendar as well. Friday, Saturdays is your weekend. In the Western world, it's like Saturday, Sunday is your weekend. So here on a Friday, we've got one rule: I'm not allowed to work on a Friday. I'm not sure if I'm going to get away with doing this show. My wife might say yes, she might say no. She might say, yes, you can do your show, but then you have to sleep in the car for the next 3 days. If that is what I have to do to give you great content every day, then you can forget it. You go back to Netflix. I'll be out wearing this and drinking coffee and watching Netflix as well. So here's the thing. Today we're going to be talking about a number of things about virtual business. And also, if you're a manager, you might be interested to know what you can do to have great improvements on the relationship you have with your staff. Good, cool. Yeah, good. Love your thoughts, love your comments. Tell me where you are. This show is dedicated to making you feel better every single day and giving you inspiration for a short amount of time, not for too long. Don't like to overstay the welcome, unlike many things like COVID, for instance. So I only do about 10 minutes every single day. So as per usual, if you want to catch the old episodes, then you just go to my YouTube channel, which is here. Go to www.youtube.com/Dave Crane. And you'll see it looks like that. So all got the same branding on, which is rather cool. Same with my LinkedIn. I tend to do a lot of stuff on LinkedIn. I've got some great interviews coming up on LinkedIn soon, which would be really cool. Just look in Dave Crane Dubai. You probably can't see it in the URL. This is my Black Panther character cursor. And it goes up to the top here, and you can see the URL, which is Dave Crane Dubai. And I always share with you things from Flipboard. Today I'm going to talk about empathy. Now, if you're interested actually in knowing about more of what I do, I train people to speak on stage, and that is ultimately all mixed in with the fact that if you can speak and you can articulate, then you can actually own the world. So this show is really all based on, forget the trickery and pokery and all the buttons and all the stuff and all the gadgets. It's about the ability as a speaker to think something and communicate it and share it with the people in front of you. And most of the time, if you get that really well done, then you can speak instantly and share that and broadcast it at the same time. Otherwise, you've got to sit and write down lots of notes and type it all up and rehearse it and all the rest of it. So it's like giving yourself a muscle memory that lets you become really efficient in communicating. Now, what can you do with that stuff? Well, very simply, if you're very good at communicating, you can create an impact with the outside world. That means you can grow your business, drive your career. If you're starting a new business like a startup, then you can instantly pitch wherever you are. And that ability can turn into something as simple as answering any question on anything, anywhere, or also putting together small talk. Now, small talk sounds a ridiculous thing. What do you mean small talk? Let's go back into my man cave. In fact, let's have a coffee chat. Let's go somewhere nice and convenient. Just you and me and my friend's mug. And yes, I did wash it since yesterday. I'm just commandeering it and looking after it for my daughter, who doesn't know that daddy's stolen it. Great coffee, but I think I just burnt my lips. Ow! Gonna be okay. So, let's talk about you and speaking. What are you up to? Come on, tell me. Most people have a massive fear of public speaking, and with that, they worry about how they can communicate with others and what they can do on stage. But stage isn't the battleground anymore. It's important to be able to speak on stage, but the stages aren't quite up and running. I've got gigs lined up, gigs are coming back, but not at the frequency that they were before. But they will. But here's the thing. Speaking online is really important. Making Zoom calls that look like this. These are my Zoom calls. It's true. When I want to discuss with a client about what my stuff looks like, and they say, right, Dave, we're interested in making a TV show, I say, let's talk about that then. Let's look at your TV show. What kind of things are you looking for? Would you like some of this? Would you like some of this? Would you like some of that? And they can go through, and very quickly, as you see, I'm doing this in real time, you create an incredible relationship with your clients wherever you are about whatever it is you want to share with them. This is all part of a new speaking world, but also more important than anything, if you don't want to be a speaker and you don't want to go out on a stage, but you just want to communicate effectively and grow your brand inside your company, your ability to speak and create a relationship by putting down articles or newsletters or creating projects and sharing those ideas and bits of information internally will allow you to, first of all, grow your career, become a very valuable person to your team, inspire and motivate them, and drive your team, especially if they're remote and you never see them face to face. And some are in the office, some are hybrid, some are different parts of the world because they're outsourced. It means that communication, which doesn't go like this onto social media, just happens amongst your group, will keep everybody together. It positions you as a leader, a binder, a communicator, and somebody who's a maven that everybody's connected to and wants to make a big difference. So these are things that are worth knowing about speaking. If you want to take yourself to the highest possible level, then you need to become an industry icon. And I will share with you at some point what that's all about. Meanwhile, a couple of things I want to share with you, which is here. Flipboard, as always, which is very cool, which is my favorite platform to play with, even though it's only a magazine that you create your own articles on, but it will plug in what you're interested in. Long story. When you go there, apart from subscribing to my YouTube channel, which I mentioned there, and also following me on LinkedIn, which is there, when you go to Flipboard, you can see here at the top it says Dave Crane, where my Black Panther cursor is showing. So there, when it goes to Dave Crane, you've got all these incredible articles that I'm talking about all the time. The one I want to share with you is all about from Entrepreneur Magazine, and it's how to train and practice empathy with other leaders. Now, there's a couple of things here that are fascinating because now we have to create a relationship with our management that maybe we've never had to do before. Before, it's all career plan, and we're all part of the same team. And in many cases, in the old world of micromanaging, as far as senior decision makers were concerned, I'm paying your wages, so therefore you have to do what I say. But now in a world that's connected, in a world that's effectively flat, I'm not saying the world is really flat. Flat earthers, you're still bonkers. I'm saying that we're connected through the internet. It's digitized. We're disrupting. Right. But in a world that we're connected like that, you don't have to be in any premises, and you can be looking after people anywhere around the world. So it's a different relationship we have with the workforce, where location means virtually nothing unless you're actually eating cake with somebody. But I could eat a virtual cake with you right now, apart from I haven't got any cake. But you know what I mean. So therefore, here's a way that we do it. So if you want to create that relationship with other leaders, then the first thing to do is pick a practice buddy, somebody that you want to share all this stuff with, who you agree that you're not very good at doing this, but you will practice with each other in a safe space. Next up, you want to select the kind of activities that you want to work on. Are you going to work on what it's like to feel angry or feel happy or feel sad? And then you can sort of decipher what you should do in those things. Once you've got these activities, by the way, you can use them with your staff, with your family, with your friends, with strangers, and you can see what's going on. And it's really like a martial art of being able to diagnose and work with this, because we never really had to worry about it too much before. You could kind of get away with just paying for people, but now, if you really want to connect, people will resign or not work with you if it feels like you don't care, and they'll put it on the internet that you don't care, honestly, so you don't want it. Number three, communicate your intention. Let people know what it is that you're actually planning to talk about, what it is that you mean, and also what it is that you're intuitive about, because you're feeling something. You're saying, there's something about you now that doesn't seem right, doesn't seem congruent. Feel free to share that with people, but in a safe space where they're happy to do it. Before you start, and this is true for anybody who's been a life coach like me for many years, clear the emotions. Make sure that you've got a safe space. Get rid of all the emotions, because sometimes they can hijack everything. Doesn't mean you can't be emotional, but clear the space. Let both of you go into that with a neutral position, because then you can read and help each other more effectively. And number 5, this is when you're ready. Practice in the wild. Go out and do it. Talk to people. Actually do stuff where you're looking at strangers, meeting strangers, and having empathy and working with them. This is from entrepreneur.com, and it's a brilliant article written by Nicole Kelly, so make sure that you check that out as well. And it's on my Flipboard channel, which I mentioned earlier. All you have to do is go to Flipboard, look for Dave Crane. There's my channel here. And at the moment, that's the picture that you can see. My big fat face. No. That's the picture that you can see of a lady who's making shapes with her fingers. Maybe she's doing martial arts on the bloke with the beard. We might never find out, but it's always interesting to worry about it. So that's it. I've escaped from my man cave. I may well be in it tomorrow. I will probably broadcast. My aim is to broadcast every day. Every single day to come to broadcast with you for 10 minutes only, just to let you know how things are going and also catch up with you. I love your thoughts. I love your comments. I love you to share what's going on in your head. I love you to say hi. But remember to like, share, comment, and also let people know that this show exists. It's for you to feel better every day. That's why we grab a cup of coffee and we say cheers. So until tomorrow, here's my coffee. And cheers. I burnt my face again.